At some point, you stop chasing it the way you used to. You don't wake up thinking about your manifestation first thing. You don't check your phone hoping something changed. You don't keep running through the same thoughts trying to stay aligned. And at first, that feels like a good thing. It feels calm. It feels like you finally let go. It feels like you're in the manifesting state without forcing it. But then something else starts happening. You start noticing you're not thinking about it at all. Not just less. Not just in a healthy way. You literally forget about it for hours. Sometimes the whole day. And that's where a weird thought can creep in. Should I be thinking about this more? Because you were so used to checking, thinking, monitoring, making sure you're doing it right. That when that behavior disappears, it almost feels like you're doing something wrong. For example, you go through your whole day busy with your life and realize, I didn't think about this once. And instead of taking that as a good sign, your mind tries to turn it into a problem. Am I losing focus? Am I not in the manifesting state anymore? Do I need to get back into it? Or you might notice you see something that used to trigger you and you barely react. A message doesn't come through. Something is delayed. Reality doesn't match yet. And instead of spiraling, you just move on. And again, part of you questions it because you were expecting to feel more involved, more connected, more in it. But what's actually happening is this. You're starting to live as the version of yourself who already has it. And that version of you isn't constantly thinking about it. That version of you isn't checking, isn't monitoring, isn't asking, is this working yet? Because for that version of you, it's already handled. Think about it like this. You don't wake up every day thinking, I hope I still have my phone. You don't check every hour to make sure it exists. You don't question whether it's still yours because it's already normal to you. That's the same shift that starts happening here. But because you're not used to that level of normal, your mind tries to pull you back into awareness, back into checking, back into effort, back into involvement. That's the real pull. Not that something is wrong, but that your old behavior is trying to come back. And if you don't recognize that, you'll restart the cycle. You'll go from natural to trying to back to monitoring to back to forcing. All because you thought not thinking about it meant you were losing it. When in reality, that's exactly what it looks like when it's stabilizing. Less thinking, less effort, less involvement, more living. So if you find yourself in that space where you're not thinking about your manifestation like you used to, don't interrupt it. Don't go back and check in. Don't try to recreate the feeling. Don't try to make sure you're still doing it right, because that's the moment where things start shifting the most. Not when you're focused on it, but when it's no longer the center of your attention. That's not you losing it. That's you moving differently. Subscribe and enter your manifesting state.